CJME News Time 7:49. Sam with John and Woodsy. Over the last few days, we've been asking you what's haunted where you are, and the stories are still trickling in. I have one last pair of Craig Ferguson tickets to give away. You text us at 306-306. Tell us what is haunted where you are, and we'll randomly draw from the selections. The story from Lori from Edenwald this morning says, we went to Hopkins Restaurant in Moose Jaw for a 25th anniversary. My husband's menu started on fire, but there was no flame or candle on the table. Nearby, just a lamp with a bulb. A light above our table went off. White lights were on the other tables. The waiter tried to turn the light switch, which worked. He said the ghost does things for ambience if she doesn't think it's good. I remembered that I forgot to turn the light out when I left the washroom, went back. Light was already turned off. Didn't believe in ghosts before, but maybe now I do. Text us at 306-306. What's haunted where you are? Time now to check in with Jamie Nye, the sports guy. Another scary Rider game on tap, my friend.
Against the Calgary Stampeders? Yep. The Stampeders playing the way they are, and they have something to play for. It'll be like the Edmonton Eskimos, I fear, because the Eskimos, I know they started slow, but once they found their legs and got re-motivated there, it was an ugly one at Mosaic last week.
The trash talk has been something else.
Yeah, it's been interesting to talk to Gareth George, and Tyrone Brackenridge was on the show yesterday. Of course, his steak night's coming up in November, so he talked about that, but he also talked about the running back Jerome Messam, the former Rider, who said the Riders are going to feel the boom for real, and some of the guys heard something about him saying it's going to be, it might be an easy day for him against the Riders. That kind of, okay, it's going to be, I imagine the first couple of snaps you're going to see some barking back and forth between their former teammate Jerome Messam and the defensive players.
I've never known that. I don't know, maybe you know Messam, you've had a chance to talk to him, maybe watch a little bit more closely, but I've never known him to do a lot of trash talking. Is he just, ramping it up, and is the Riders just ramping it up again, maybe trying to put some sizzle back in this rivalry? Because let's face it, other than going against former teammates and a lot of trash talking, it's hard to get excited about this game.
Yeah, I don't think it's them trying to sell a game or anything. And Jerome Messam, he comes across kind of quiet in the media a little bit, doesn't want to say a lot, but every so often when he wants to say something and get his point across, he's been outspoken, kind of going off the script a little bit and saying things that could be perceived as, one of those players sounding off a little bit. I've seen him on the field, laughing and joking, and we'll see what happens. He's kind of a good-natured guy, so it's like Nick Lewis and Tad Cornegay back in the day. Those two guys were friends, and they lit it up on Twitter, going back and forth, and got the fans engaged too. So maybe it is a little bit of add some sizzle to this game.
Or maybe John Hupding will get a closer look at his new team.
or that, possibly. You're gonna light that fire again, eh?
Oh yeah. Why not?
Stop with the rumor mill. Jamie, you ready for Halloween?
Not me. I'm not. I have to come up with a costume idea, but the rest of the family seems to have their stuff together for Halloween.
What do you give away for candy?
It's usually the normal chocolate bars and that sort of stuff, although I take the Reese peanut butter cups and hide them somewhere else in the house before we hand them. Those are the last ones to go out at the Nye household.
Well, you will be spending your Halloween afternoon at the Lancaster. Pre-game coverage starts at 9. You guys are at the Lancaster starting at 11?
Absolutely. That's when the coverage begins, and we'll see what the Riders put on the field as we get to evaluate an entirely different defense than the one last week because of injury. And that's what's scaring me over this game, is I think it could be a long night for the Saskatchewan, or a long afternoon for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Well, let's hope it's not too spooky. Thanks, Jamie.
Yep, absolutely.
CJME News Time 7:54. Now Paul Martin on business.